What's going on, Sports Nation? I'm your host, Kenneth Diora, and you guys are listening to another fun episode of the Sportsclusive Podcast. So this is actually a part 2 episode. Last week, I started an interesting conversation, kind of different from the things that we usually talk about. But it was an interesting conversation about strippers. And I posed an honest question as to should we consider them athletes, right? Like, obviously we went into their like physique and some of the things that they do on a pole, right? All these amazing physical feats. But I wanted to get a better understanding of the profession. So what I did was I invited an actual stripper to come on and talk to you guys, and just give us more information and I guess answer the question for us. Should they be considered athletes? So I got a Miss Diora Jones from Texas to come on. You know, I mentioned you guys, Houston, Texas. That's like one of my favorite places for strippers. To come on and talk to us. She's in the waiting room. Let's get her on right now.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Kenneth. I'm really excited.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm so excited. Not working today. Here to interview. So yeah, we're here. We're doing it.
I'm glad I caught you on your off day. What are your normal work days?
Whenever I feel like it. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, you make your own schedule. You're your own boss.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You're definitely your own boss in that industry. For sure.
Okay, so starting out, are you originally from Texas? Where are you originally from? Where'd you grow up at?
I am. I'm originally from Texas. I'm from Beaumont, Texas. Shout out to the 409.
Oh, really?
It's in between Houston. Yeah, in between, of course, Houston and Louisiana.
I've lived there before.
My parents, oh my God, it's crazy over there. But love home. Of course, my parents are not originally from the United States in general. Like, my parents are from Panama. Okay. So, I'm a little bilingual, a little mixed up. But that's where they're from. And I mean, I grew up mostly in Texas, though. So I am a Texas girl. I'm a Panamanian Texas girl. So, yeah.
Okay, so then I have to ask this, but obviously before we get into the meat and potatoes, did you play any type of sports growing up? Like, were you an athlete growing up?
I was. I've loved to dance since I was a child. Point blank period. Dancing is a sport. I was dancing in middle school, high school, not as just like the greatest of dancers or just like, anything of like super importance, I felt like, but my main thing was track. It was volleyball, it was like, let's do those kind of things, but it wasn't like, oh, let's specifically be a dancer. That was just like naturally kind of who I was. So, yeah.
So how did you get into the profession? If you don't mind me asking, I know that can be personal, but talk to me. I know everybody has
literally was like, no, it was passed down to me from my
Interesting.
blood. It was.
So, like, mom or aunties, like, it's just.
I feel like just legacy? Like the dance. In a way. And I think it's just because everybody dances in my family. It's not per se like, oh, like somebody was like a stripper. Right. You know what I mean? It was just like, I feel like all of the women that I've grown up with and been raised by just like execute this like sexiness, and they like dancing, and it's like, it was just like, hey, this is something that's like natural.
And then, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never been to Panama, but I've met, some Panamanians. It just seems like
Panamanians.
I didn't say, okay, let me make sure I correct myself.
It's okay. I got you.
I feel like it's like a sexy culture, like, but it's normal. It's not like we would look at it here in America like a little different, like, oh, but for you guys, like dancing, sexual or exotic is more normal.
And it's a passionate thing though. I think that, of course, I feel like a lot of people in the United States love dancing, and it's different types of things and dances and genres of music, everywhere. But I definitely think, of course, when people think Latin, they think like passionate or like, what
romantic.
I mean? Like sexy. And that's, romantic. And it's not to take away from any other race. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm Hispanic and Black, so very much so. But it's not to take away from anybody else. But I just feel in general, like whatever race it is, whatever type of characteristic you bring, if it's just a part of you, like they say, it's it's in you, it's not on you type of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think they just like, it's something that people just do, like I said, and not necessarily a race thing, but I felt like in my family, like that's what I could say. It was just like, we're always dancing. It's always like, we're going to have fun. The women are just confident. They're sexy. And it's just like a thing. It's like, it's there. That's what we do.
So it's natural to you guys.
It's very natural. So natural. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So obviously you said it was passed down. It's just something that's normal in your family.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just bring you into the conversation that we had last week with the fans and just how everything started. One day, we're on this sports chat, and I honestly forget how it initially came up, but we start ranking strippers and exotic dancers in different cities. And in me, I've lived in Texas before, but I've been to a lot of strip clubs in Texas. So that I said it was my favorite, and it was because you're seeing, and you're obviously, you're more of a petite lady, but when I went over there, I was seeing some pretty thick girls. And
thick. Hey, everything's bigger in Texas. Point blank. Period. Like my petite self will definitely tell you, like it's been a sense of competition for people that are women that are like much more petite, of course. But at the same time, I feel like we are in our own category as well. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but at the same time, like Texas is just, we have beautiful, oh my God,
I concur.
All shapes and sizes.
Even though I stand by my California girls, but I concur.
I love California girls. Everybody loves California girls, but no, definitely. I don't know. I just feel like in Houston or in Texas in general, and I feel like maybe everywhere, but definitely because I have that feel for home, it's as comfortable as you are in your own skin. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I've seen some girls that are my size that can't do anything to impress a room or, you know what I mean, get that vibe going. I've seen girls that are thicker than me and voluptuous, and beautiful, and it's like they're still boring as well. And there's vice versa. There's ones that are doing amazing. There's girls that know how to do hella pole tricks, you know what I'm saying? My size, bigger, or whatever. And it's just like I said, it is your art and it is what you make it. It definitely is. But yeah, you're definitely going to see some craziness in Houston because we have fun. Here in Atlanta, I don't think anything tops that like that. Now, everybody loves California girls, but so far as like the turn up and
it's a different feel, especially when you start talking about exotic dancing and stripping. It's different in California. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you start getting a lot of girls from the South that will migrate out here just to kind of help these girls out here because that's just not their swag out here. But
and with dancing, it's so different because of course I feel like each club has their own like vibe, you know what I mean? Every person alone is so different. Every dancer alone is so different. We come from all kind of races, backgrounds, body types. What we're comfortable dancing with, like I've had to get comfortable with dancing to country music or like, R&B more or just, versus, oh, I want to throw ass or do this. And,
so
like,
you're
multifaceted.
Like,
oh my God, I love music.
You're
I love music. Yeah. Now, okay, don't hate me for this, but I don't really like country music like that. But because I'm from Texas, I gotta learn how to work country music.
You have to have it. You have to have it in your repertoire that you can dance to country music.
Yes. Yeah. Now I won't even know the songs I'm dancing to. I'm just like,
but you know how to. But you know how to vibe with it.
Look, I'm like, we gotta make it. We gotta do it. Yeah.
So okay, so like I said, I chose Houston. And it's because of, the voluptuous women and some of the things that I've seen them do versus maybe like a Miami or a California where you're going to see, maybe these smaller, more petite girls. It's going to be a little different, right? But I argued that, these girls are, for their size and some of the things that they're doing, or even the smaller ones, they're doing some pretty crazy stuff on the pole. So then
it's hard.
It's gotta be. So what it sparked into next thing I know, our sports chat, which we always talk about basketball, football, baseball, boxing, everything. We were having a full blown argument on if strippers should be considered athletes. And that's
Okay, first of all, I have one question for you before
throw
I
throw it
answer or kind of
throw
go
it
into
out.
this. So, how many people said yes we are? Like, what was the ratio? Was it like mostly yes and mostly no? Like, just let me know.
It
I'm
was
not gonna be
it
offended at
okay.
all.
I'll say this. It wasn't quite no's. It was more. It was a few
Right.
yeses, but instead
Okay.
of no, it was like, what the fuck are we talking about?
And why are we talking
Yeah,
about this? Is this a
yeah.
real
There was
thing?
like,
Do you have
yeah,
the right to be
yeah.
arguing
It
about
took
this?
like it went into an argument, and then somebody was just like, dude, are we really arguing about this? Like, this is a serious topic. So
Yeah.
it wasn't no, yeah.
And no, and like I said, like when you like told me about the topic, I was like, I've been waiting for somebody to talk about this for so long. Like it's crazy, you know? Yes, I do consider us gymnasts or strippers. Yeah, I do. I do. Let me tell you, because even as small as I am, like again, I've had girls that are bigger than me. Like upper body strength is so crucial when you're working or just when you're a pole dancer in general. Like I'm a dancer. So when I first started, I was like, okay, let me just dance. You know what I mean? Let me just be myself. Let me be sexy, you know, present the different outfits like this, that, and the third. But as an athlete and as a physical person, you know, I'm like, I like to feel accomplished after I go to work. And that's just not with pole dancing in general or being a dancer in general. It's just everything I do. I'm a hard laborous type of gal. So my thing is when I go to work, I want to feel like I accomplished a lot and not necessarily like through the dollars, but it's like, I want to feel that in my body. You know what I mean? And like as a dancer, but it's very hard. The upper body strength is crazy. There's some things I don't even know how to do. I'm 30. I've been dancing since I was 21 years old. And it's not something that I do just all the time. You know, it's a like I said, when I feel like it or when I want to go do it, like it's there, you know, I'm good at it. Like, let's do it. But again, I feel like if I had more rep with pole dancing and having that type of strength or, you know what I mean? Like working out like that. Like there's girls, promise, like, love my white girls that get on the pole and like strip to like screamo music, because I'm like most of the time they're like going federal on the pole. I'm like, oh my god, her arms, her body, like everything's gonna be so sore for her in the morning, but like I'm here for her. She's making money and this is what she does. She's good at it. Like I can't do it, you know.
So before you continue, I have to ask this question.
And I can still do it.
I have to ask this question before you go more in depth. I almost feel like just hearing you talk, I feel like there's like, it's like you go into any career path. There are multiple pathways within a career. So I feel like as a stripper, you could just be like a sexy dancer, or you could be a pole dancer. Am I right? Or you got the rare that can do both? I don't know.
Yes, you have the rare that can do both, and then you have the ones you're like, oh, you're just dancing around. But then you have the ones that are like, no. Then that's what you guys feel like we're arguing about. It's like, no, some of them actually get up there and they don't know how to shake their ass or be just extremely sexy. You know what I mean? And it's like that's what they do, is just like they're pole driven. And I'm like, yikes, I want to learn how to do. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, I can do like half of this stuff,
right?
But I can't do all of this stuff. And it's not that I don't want to. It's not that I haven't tried. It's just the same way like practice makes perfect when you're an athlete, or just, you know what I mean, when you're in that zone of like perfecting your craft. Like you have to. But it's crazy because it really is a sport. It is. So, it's hard.
So I guess the part that I'm trying, like, what does the process look like to build? Because obviously you said you could, you have some things that you can do on a pole. How long did it take you to build that, like that skill, that upper body strength? Like, was it like, did it come quickly, or did you have to really put in practice and reps? Like, what did that look like?
So some things I had to put in practice for, definitely, because I was just like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? But the other things, it just kind of came naturally. Like, for instance, I know a lot of dancers that are into yoga, but mind you, standing on your head on a, like, even if you're against a pole, mind you, that takes a lot of strength. You know what I'm saying? And a concentration and like a type of just like relaxation within your body, and a train for you to not fall over, or you know what I mean, or like mess up, because there's girls that get on there plenty of times that don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, it's their first time and they're just gonna try it. It's cool, you know, we get that. And there's girls that get up there and they're like, I've been doing this for so long, and like I go to yoga, I work out, you know what I mean? Like I'm full on with my like back muscles and, you know, my arm muscles and everything. Like I know some of my good friends that are dancers, they go to the gym 25/8 and they're immaculate on the pole. But it's just because again, that practice makes perfect. They're working out, you know, they're keeping themselves fit, up to date, everything. Their body's just doing what they need to do.
So they really like, and I guess it's just crazy. Once again, like I said, I've been to many a strip clubs, and you know, a lot of people have. But I guess we have to start looking at strippers or exotic dancers like this is a craft. Like people, they practice and they prepare for this like Patrick Mahomes prepares to play on Sunday against the Lions.
He's like, I gotta run drills. I gotta, you know, and then mind you, like I said, it's not like every day that your dancers are just like in the strip club practicing. You know what I mean? No. Like they're not just, all of them are doing that. Now there's some of them that are doing that. You know what I mean? And I salute them because they're just getting so much more in tune with what they know how to do and what they want to do, which, you know, again, if you're perfecting a craft, that's what you're going to do. But literally, like, there's girls that care about their body so much that they're like, I'm not going to eat this and that or the third. It's going to make me look bloated. I'm not going to do, you know what I mean? Or it's going to affect my performance. Right. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain women that are like that. And there's some that don't care at all. But you know what I mean? But
we've seen those.
Again, you have that. You know, I'm like, you're dealing with that with an athlete. And mind you, there's so many different types of strip clubs. Like imagine like if you go to Houston and you go to like Area 29 or like old school, I'm 30 now. So like V Live, like that was one of my favorite strip clubs. Like I was like, you know, mind you, I was dancing at that time, but I was like, I would never work at V Live. Oh my God. Because I'm like, it's just so much that goes on. Like all the girls are like super talented. I'm like, I can't do that. I was shy. You know, I was just getting into the mix. I'm like, can I do that? Like, do I do that? Am I supposed to know how to do that? Like, do I practice for that? You know what I mean? But you know, it's a get in where you fit in type of industry. And, again, there's plenty of times that I've had girls that are A1 at performance, whether it's a hula hoop in the air or the pole, you know, or whatever they're doing, or, I mean, they're doing ribbon dancing or just something, because I've seen all type of exotic type of dancing, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But I've also seen where he's just like, hey, we turned up, and like it's money everywhere, and we don't really know who it's for, but like, and we don't ever really know who's doing any just thing, but there's strippers out, there's money out. But when you're talented and like you can finesse that crowd or like keep that attention, you know what I mean? Or like strike somebody's interest of like, I like how she did that. I like how she concentrates. I like how she's poised. You know what I mean? I like how she does this, that, and the third. It's probably going to make you more money, but at the same time, it's just you stand out, you know, doing those kind of things for sure.
So, okay. So then let me ask you this. Is there, when thinking about how physical it is, because I remember you just said something earlier talking about, oh, that girl, she's going to be sore in the morning. What does the aftercare look like? Like
a whole bunch of bruises on your legs.
But like, do you have to get like massages? Like what does that, and how long does it take you to even like recover?
So I feel like it's a workout. It depends on how hard you go. And again, what you practice and your main talent is on. Like, let's say if I know I'm a pole expert, every day, like when I go home, I'm stretching. Regardless, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not like a huge pole expert. I know how to do some things, but I'm a great dancer. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's mostly the thing. I want to steal the show. I want to like create the show, you know, versus like, I'm going to try to do everything else. But, you know, with that, I'm like, whatever I do, and it's wild, because even if I go out dancing with my friends, salsa dancing, or just we're out, you know, we're drunk, we're twerking, whatever the case may be, I'm that friend that's like, yo, we all need to stretch before we go to bed. And then we're getting a little older too, so it just depends whatever on how your body feels as well. But I'm really big on like, hey, you know, I want to stretch, or my body may feel uncomfortable the next morning because I'm like, hey, you know, I was a little turned up or whatever. I was at work, so I wasn't really mindful of how I was moving my feet all the way, or just, you know, I was performing. So I was trying to just do what I needed to do to like make my money. It's work at the same time. So, you know, you're not like prime example, if you're working at JCPenney's, are you just thinking about how you might have tripped over the steps earlier, you know, at work? No, you got to keep going and keep selling. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to excel. So it's like when you realize that and you wake up the next morning, whether you work at JCPenney's or the strip club, you're like, my toe hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're just like, oh, okay, like get it together or we got to help it. But yoga's huge. I love yoga. I love stretching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like with athletes, that's a big thing. When I was in track, that was huge for me.
Stretching is huge.
Massages were definitely essential. Like, my mom is really great at that. Shout out to my mom. Because she would always massage me as an athlete. But even as an adult, I can call my mom today and be like, Mom, I need a massage. But massages and stretching are definitely essential. Salt baths, you know, your diet as well.
Yeah, that's important.
And mind you, like I said, there's women that are BBWs and that are BBLs and that are super skinny like me, you know, whatever, super petite. And some of them are perfect, like even them being BBWs or BBLs, and they are pole masters. And
it's crazy.
You may be a little bit more sore than she is, in the morning because you just don't know what you were doing, and she knew how to do it the right way, you know, and she's prepared and she came in stretching and, you know, so she just has her stuff set up.
So then talking about doing it the right way, and I'm sure there's a wrong way, have you seen like some serious injuries happen?
I mean, yes, but even yourself, like when I first put those shoes on, and mind you, like I come from a background of like wanting to modeling, you know, and different things like that, to where I'm into runway, you know, and I feel like that's even a sport itself. So that's a different conversation for a different day. But when you put on those platforms, you know, and yeah, when you put on those platforms, it's like, I felt like originally like, oh, I'm a model. No, you're working, you're dancing. Like, it's not just walking, you're performing, you know, as well. And that stuff is scary because I've had multiple times where my ankle goes bloop and I'm like, oh shit, catch yourself, you know, or you're drunk a little bit and you're like, oh, I slipped a little bit, or you didn't catch the pole on time, you know, or just, it can be very dangerous. So you got to really be careful. And it's really important to be mindful of your body because, yeah, my advice is when you're dancing, don't drink like that. Drink some wine a little bit, but that's the quickest way I feel like to injure yourself is if you're just like all over the place and you're not being mindful of yourself.
So you seen some girls like that were pole dancers be like drunk?
Oh my God. And I'm like sitting down and then people are just like shaking their head and I'm embarrassed too because I'm like, I know her, like I'm friends with her, you know, but like back there we talk all the time and she doesn't probably normally act like this or whatever. You know, people have their moments. Yeah. Everybody's human. So, you know, my whole thing is watch how you consume your alcohol as an adult. But yeah, I've seen some girls that I'm like, oh my God, bless her heart. Or like, oh my God, her foot's going to hurt. Or, oh my God, she twisted her ankle walking. You know, like you can see it. Like as a performer, you're like, oh, yikes.
Have you seen anybody fall? I've never seen anybody fall.
Yes, I have. That's
not funny. I'm not trying to laugh, but no, like, okay, did they just lose their grip, or what happened?
I mean, I've seen some people grip the pole, and I've seen some people just like kind of be like, "F it," you know, I'm just gonna work the ground, or what, you know, not even the ground, but like the floor, the stage, you know, like okay.
They regrouped.
Oh my God.
They felt.
Oh my God.
They regrouped.
That's crazy.
I mean, trial and error.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing. I was like, I felt blessed in the sense that I was like, okay, I didn't have to go through that. I kind of, you know, was okay. Like, it was crazy. So
was that did you have like I feel like in every sport, there's like a wake up moment. Like I remember when I first started playing organized football when I was younger. And, you know, I got hit so fucking hard. That was like a wake, like, yo, this shit is real. Like, was there a wake up moment when you like first got into that exotic dancing and stripping, like, yo, this shit is not what I see. This isn't what I watched on the Players Club. Like, this shit is serious.
Right. Oh no, it definitely wasn't at all. But it was like, it was similar in the sense of like, I feel like with that movie with Players Club, it's like, you got to know yourself. And at the end of the day, like, you can't let people persuade you or like be attached to, let's say, like drugs and alcohol or just the, you know, different things. that'll just like kind of persuade you or lead you to do different things that you wouldn't do in your sober mind. Now that's where I messed up. My thing was I was drinking heavily when I first started. You know, I was very young. I was 21. So I'm like, hey, I can legally drink alcohol. You know what I mean? Like I was
you wasn't like Ebony for those people that have seen.
No, definitely not. Never that. Never that. Right. Never that. But like I said, I can't admit that I was just like, I mean, I got kicked out of one club because I was like drunk. Now I wasn't doing the absolute most, but it was just enough for the managers to be like, hey, you're drunk.
Yeah.
It's time for you to go home. And I'm like, you know, going home, I'm devastated. Like, I love dancing. What happened here? You know, like being drunk. But, you know, you grow up from those things and you're just like, okay, this is how I handle myself. This is maybe what I need to do at work or how I don't need to come to work. You know what I mean? And you make things better because it's, again, trial and error. But yeah, that was the moment for me. I was like, I'm devastated. I'm like, I'm too pretty for this. I'm too talented for this. Like, oh my God. It's crazy.
So, okay, what would you say is the most difficult? What's the most difficult part of the profession?
I would say for myself and maybe a lot of women included, as confident as we are with getting naked, I feel like that's still a stretch for a lot of women. And it's because now I'm going to be completely honest. I don't go to a lot of clubs that I have to be nude at. Like, that's just not really my thing. Now, do I love nudists and being one myself at my house? Probably around my friends. Yeah. And that's why, you know, I swear, my friends will always tell me, like, Diora, like, you're so shy in a sense sometimes, but, like, you're not, you know, and you're the life of the party. You dance. Yeah, you know, they're like, and I tell them, like, oh, I gotta go to work. Like, I'm, like, shy right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. But it's just like, okay, once I get in my zone, okay, I'm good. We can do that. But I think that's the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, I feel like if any of us had a choice to say we didn't want to get naked, we wouldn't, you know? And there's certain clubs that don't allow you to get naked. There's certain clubs that only allow, there's certain clubs that allow you to get naked. There's certain clubs that allow you to wear a G-string or boy shorts. You know what I'm saying? There's certain clubs that make you wear pasties on your boobs. And there's certain clubs that don't. You know, so it's just like, again, it's a get in where you fit in type of thing, which is, I feel like, still a blessing in disguise with the whole industry, because it's like, it's by choice, not by force with what you do,
right?
You know, and it's just like, hey, if you're gonna want to go get nude, you got to know what you're signing up for and where you're going. If you don't do it. Stay within your vicinity, you know what I'm saying, and make it rock and get your bread. But I think that's the biggest thing, maybe. But at the same time, there's a lot of women that don't care and that I've met and, you know, that I've seen on interviews as well, like, that I give them the utmost power. But if it was up to me, I'd be on Playboy, so.
But, you know, Playboy's I don't even think they do nude anymore. I'm like, man.
I know.
You got to get on Google to look up the old
Look, Playboy. I'm like, why were we not born in the era of Playboy like that? Like, this is crazy. We were, but we weren't.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna ask this question: Is there like a strippers Hall of Fame? You know, because when we think of sports, you know, we think of Jerry Rice and we think of Michael Jordan,
Tom Brady, Michael Jordan,
right? We think of you know, we think of Babe Ruth.
At this point, Steph Curry. Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
yes,
we think these are the Hall of Fame.
Steph Curry is modern. He's very modern.
He's modern. So is there a strippers? Is there a strippers Hall of Fame? And if not, who would you throw out there to say, okay, this is the standard when we're talking about athletic performing strippers? Who would you throw out there?
Okay, so I feel like one of my favorites before I even
you can be biased if you want to. Name somebody from the A.
I knew that she was like a stripper like that. I feel like Malaya in Houston. So shout out to Malaya in Houston. Drake mentioned her.
Yeah, that was his girl. He loved her
a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but literally,
she's tough like that. I never seen her perform, so.
And then Miracle Watts is beautiful as well. Like she's definitely pretty. But my thing is, I've watched them dance, but not in the sense of like, oh my God, like super performance. I feel like there is. Again, because I'm not just like stupid invested in just dancing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not like, oh my God, like I have to like be super in tune with that. I want to be.
Yeah.
No, like
Yeah,
these
no,
questions, your questions make me want to do research after this. You know, definitely. So I can be like, okay, yeah, you know, I know what I'm talking about for sure. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's certain women that are my friends even, and my people that I'm just like, those are my legends, you know? So that's why I'm like, okay, I have some on my end, and then I have some on like the perspective of like, oh, this is like celebrity, you know, kind of thing going on. But yeah, I mean, I don't know of any just like that. Now, I know of some hoes. Shout out to Martina. Purse first. But yeah, no, I know of those type of things because I watch a lot of like soft white underbelly. It's one of my favorite things to watch. But I've also always wanted to be like up on game. You know, my dad be telling me all kind of stuff, and then I do my own research. But no, I don't know any strippers that are just like. But what's crazy is, like I said, from what I know and what I've researched and who I've researched, you know, as like top prostitutes or just whatever, you know, the case may be, they talk about strippers like, you bitches are goddesses. Dude, get your bread. Y'all don't even have to do what we're doing, and you're doing it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Look,
that's how
the fans are listening. This is your Sportsclusive Podcast. We have ventured from from stripping to talking a little bit about I'm trying to see if I can find a more political way to say it.
For the ism.
Yeah, exactly. Ism.
Talking about the ism. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is what we do. We talk about different sports. So okay, I would say 2 more questions. Okay. First question.
Okay.
For the fans that are listening, they're coming to Houston. They want to see some great exotic dances, some great stripping. Where are you going to send them?
Area 29.
Area 29.
Now, yeah, because if they want to turn up, like I work more at gentlemen's clubs, and I think it's because I'm older.
It's a different vibe.
You know? It is. It's very much. And mind you, whatever your vibe may be, this is for the fans. Whatever your vibe may be, if you want to be like diverse, but you know you want to hang in there, go to St. James, go to Vivid. I mean, Vivid is still like a little mix of like Area 29 with like St. James. It's like you're mixing 2 sides, but at the end of the day, yeah, go to Area 29, go to Vivid. Let's see, go to St. James.
Vivid.
Go to Treasures. There's been so many. Oh my God. I remember I used to love B-Live. B-Live was my favorite, and the girls were on the hula hoops. I was like, I want to do that. Literally, I was probably like 21 before I started dancing. 2019 maybe. 19 or 20. And I was like, I want to do that. I'm in Houston, like, I snuck in the club, and they're
underage.
You know, like, yeah, definitely. Hey, it's okay. But I got there, and I was behaving. I was just monitoring everything. I was just looking cute, you know. I had my earrings on and everything, and I was like, I like this. Like, I feel sexy here, you know. Like, I want to do this. So yeah.
So Vivid, St. James, V-Line.
Area 29.
Area 29.
What's another one? I think.
Are these in the hood?
Treasures.
Are these in the bad part of Houston?
Treasures, polecats. No.
I mean, hey, you know, we got to be careful. I'll be out in Houston. I'll be out. Look, hey, I'll be out in Houston for the holidays. I'm not gonna say specifically because I know boys be flocking, so I want to. I'll let you know offline. They'll be like, "Oh, he said he gonna be there."
We gotta keep this a certain business on mute.
Yeah, we do.
You know. But like I said, you know, and what's crazy, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret.
Let us in. Let us know.
I don't even dance in Houston.
Oh, so what? You go to a little outside? You go to Mo City?
We outside tonight. Yeah.
You go to Mo City?
No. To Mo City.
Do they got strip clubs here?
I don't even know. I'm not from Houston, so that's why I don't know. But my thing is, yeah, I don't like I said, I started dancing in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dance in San Antonio and Austin. If anybody wants to come see your girl, hit me up. I'll tell you where I'm at. We're not just gonna broadcast it.
Are you not gonna put it out there for the public?
Look, I just gotta say the cities. That's it.
It's up to them to
In
figure
the
out the
cities
rest.
that I'm in, I'm outside. I'm outside in the city looking real good. But no, yeah, I don't dance in Houston like that. I eventually want to, and yeah, probably at like St. James or different clubs. But that's probably one of my main ones. But yeah, I don't. At the same time, I feel like there's a lot of great clubs in Houston. But there's so many great clubs, so many places that people don't know about.
You just gotta venture out and just explore.
Definitely. Or be plugged in. Either way works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. So okay. So how can the fans reach and support Diora Jones?
Well,
what do you have going on that they can tap in with you? I
want people to go to my OnlyFans.
Put us on.
I need people to go to my OnlyFans. It's OR 5 A's Aura. Okay. What is it? No, wait. Hold on. Onlyfans.com/Aura. So it's OR and 5 A's. My parents know about this. They don't need to subscribe. They already been told do not subscribe. But anybody else,
hey, support her.
Subscribe. No, for sure. Yeah. Look.
Look, I'm telling you, if times get tough, and I was playing, no, I gotta look.
But no, y'all can.
I might have to start.
They can support. Look, they can support me on there, but at the same time, you can also follow me on my Instagram. Like nothing's a secret.
Yeah.
I love everybody. I feel like everybody deserves their flowers. Yeah. So that's just how I am. I have no shame in my game.
Yeah.
My parents are who they are. They made D, and that's just who I'm here to be.
And and the Sportsclusive Podcast is a place where you can completely be yourself. We want the unfiltered Diora, the unadulterated.
I'm just really happy that you asked me to be on here. I'm like, what? Sorry, my background's not the greatest right now, guys.
No,
but still, like, I love that. I love that you invited me to ask me these questions. But definitely on my Instagram, DIORAEMUN, Diora Mon. Everything's together. But it's so much with me. Jack of all trades. That's what my Instagram bio says. Like, you never know what you're gonna get with me at all, ever.
Runway, modeling, OnlyFans, exotic dancing. Man,
look, you want event planning? You want a caterer?
You sound like
you need some edibles.
You sound like Thanos. You're Thanos.
I'm Thanos.
You got all these different things, but no, that's good. That is good. I am looking forward to I guess talking to you some more. Maybe like I said, I might be out in the South here pretty soon, so maybe I'll tap in.
I hope you are.
Yeah,
I hope you are. I'll come out there too. It doesn't matter because I feel like we have so much more to talk about. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I'm really happy and thankful. Let me say, Kenneth, that you did this because I feel like it's gonna help a lot of people's perspective. At the same time, it may not. You know what I mean? Whatever. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I just want to let people know a job is a job. You know what I'm saying? The same way everybody educates themselves to get up and be enthusiastic and move forward and get their bread. It's the same thing.
And what did August Alsina say? Shorty, I ain't judging you. Go and get your money. That's one of my favorite songs.
I like that.
Yeah. So
hey.
So do you really feel like, and that's why obviously this interview is good, but do you feel like if people started to view exotic dancing and stripping more as a sport and a craft, that the onus on it would be different? It'd be removed. People would view it a little bit differently.
Yes, and it just sucks because everybody has that perspective as like, oh, strippers don't probably respect themselves. They're getting naked for like married men, or like they have like the men have a family. And mind you, same thing with women that date women. Whatever. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but everybody takes the way that we perform and we act or we do things as in whatever they want to take it in. And we can't sit there directly with each person and be like, no, this is why I'm doing it.
Right.
Like. You know what I mean? I like it or I hate it. I'm being mistreated in the industry or I'm just like a superstar here. You know what I mean? Like, People are never going to know that until they ask those questions. But at the same time, there's girls that do it, that struggle, that are not happy, or just whatever for whatever, and that's not my thing to get into, because I'm not that person. Like I said, I'm a dancer, and I like dancing. So it was just like, let's do this. This is natural. Like,
and I feel like in any profession, there's always going to be like a small group of people that will make the entire profession look bad. And that's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So
my thing is don't do anything. I swear, like, okay, I'm the oldest of 7 from my dad.
Oh, wow. Wasn't playing around.
And yeah, he wasn't. Papa was a rolling stone. But okay, so my whole thing is like, I tell everybody, and I tell my siblings, it's a big thing. It's like, I don't care what you're doing. Don't do something you hate, or something that you get up every morning and you're just not infatuated with. Like, I need you to get up and be infatuated with your hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to get up and be like, I'm a dancer. I want to get up. I want to do this. I know how to dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I'm the best carpet seller in the apartment, in the leasing industry, whatever. Like, I'm going to sell hella carpets to 10 apartment complex today. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God, I want them to have the best carpet. I want them to have the best wood. I want them to. That's how you're supposed to feel every day. If you don't feel like that about whatever you're doing,
shouldn't be doing it.
Stop it. Like, stop it. Just completely stop it. And my thing is, I fought that. I feel like for a long time, being completely transparent, that I was like, oh my God, I don't want to take off my clothes, and you know what I mean, like, just different things that came with it. And I was like, okay. But it's for a moment. It's not horrible. And like I said, I don't work at a lot of clubs that I have to just get naked at. But when I do have to take off my clothes or just whatever, I'm just like, feel like a freaking goddess, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to admire you. And at the same time, you don't have to do the most.
Right.
You don't. You really don't. It's just like, okay, people are seeing what they want to see for the moment. And then it's like, boom, get your bread, keep going. And, go to the next customer. Or it's time for you to tip out. Go home. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But yeah, my thing is, do not ever get up and do something that you're going to hate. If you hate it, there's no reason why you should be doing none of it. None of it.
It's true.
At all. At all.
And last question. Do strippers pay taxes? I was playing now. I ain't gonna do that like that. They be paying. Look, you don't have to confirm nor deny. I was just like, how does this factor? Do they have a tax man he come quarterly, or I don't know. I don't want to be in their business like that. But no.
I'm like, oh my God.
No. I really do. I appreciate you coming on. I had a lot of fun. Just talking to the audience and stuff like that, letting them a little bit into you guys' world. And then, just showing them that, because obviously I came in just thinking about the pole dancing side, but, even just the dancing side is so important.
And mind you, like, we sweat. Like, we have to go after one song. Shower. It's like, I need to go. I'm OCD. I'm like, and mind you, some strip clubs have showers. Some don't.
What?
Yeah, deadass. And my thing is like, okay, I gotta take a whole bath or just something, like, I gotta spruce them. Like, my thing is, I live by Cardi B's words. 10 different looks and my looks I'll kill, period. Like, that's it. So anytime I'm stepping out or I'm at work or just anything that I'm doing, you can ask anybody, from my mom, my dad, to any one of my friends, anybody I've dated, any one of my siblings. Are like, Diora is going to dress up. She, like, that's what it is about her. Like, life is just like my biggest closet. So, but I'm just like, ew, like, it's sweaty, it's hot, you gotta go freshen up, like, think about it. Perfect example, real quick before we get off. Beyonce, Renaissance, she's gorgeous. Oh my God, I love this lady. There's times where she's still wearing her same hair, her same, makeup for maybe like a second change outfit. And this comes with being a dancer and a performer type shit. And it's like, okay, freaking A, like, I'm sweaty, I'm this and that, I'm ready for this and that. And mind you, she gets to go backstage for probably like 5, 10 minutes, 7 minutes real quick. And she's naked. She's like, she's changing. She's, they're sprucing her up real quick. And she's, boom, back up. Hey.
That's crazy.
It's the same thing. Yeah. And that's what I'm like, and imagine, Beyonce needs to stretch. She's a dancer. She's not an exotic dancer. I mean, from what I know, she is. because she was on that pole during the Renaissance.
So you feel like she incorporated her Houston.
Oh my God, she incorporated her Houston sexy thick girl Beyonce all on his mouth like.
I haven't been to Club Renaissance yet, so I don't. I wouldn't know, but I've heard.
No, but mine
I've got rave reviews.
Oh my God, Beyonce's doing the damn thing. I'm so proud of her. And at the end of the day, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Carisha, everybody, like the girls that are just doing it for that. And mind you, I feel like the girls that may have done it being strippers. So Beyonce aside, because I don't feel like she's ever just really done that.
Mm-hmm.
But like Cardi B,
right,
or like Drea, you know what I'm saying? Like different girls, like different women that are just empowering AF in the industry and are rappers or influencers. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm proud of them.
So those are my that, and again, that may be my Hall of Fame right there, because that's what I said. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Per se, like, oh yeah, she's one, so like she's my idol. No, it was just like I'm hearing a few of these rap girls kind of talk about it, and they were in that life, so like, you know, it's there, and they were doing it. Yeah.
Well, you guys hear it. That you guys just heard it. That's the stripping Hall of Fame. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if she actually stripped.
I don't think she did. I don't think Megan stripped, but Megan can strip if she wanted to.
I'm sure she could. Yeah.
She's a genius. Let's just shout out her for sure. She's a genius.
Yeah, but no, like I said, this was a lot of fun. You guys make sure you tap in. Say your handles one more time before we leave.
So if you're gonna add me on Instagram, it's at DIORAEMUN at Diora Iman. Everything's together in lowercase. And then if you're gonna subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's going to be onlyfans.com/OR and 5 A's. Aura. Hit me up.
And she said,
Kenneth, thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. Y'all don't know what Kenneth had to go through with me.
Yeah, I'm patient. But like I grew up around women, so I'm like, okay, it's part of the course.
I love it.
But hey, you guys, Diora said the DMs are open. I'm just playing now.
I'm single, like a Pringle.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of open. But they're not open like that.
You might be having a conversation by yourself. You might be talking to yourself, but the DMs are open.
Right. Yeah. Or I like literally, because I might like delete it.
Well, you know what they say? What they say? You miss what is it, 1,000 or 1,000,000 of the shots that you never take. So just take your chance. But but no, all jokes aside, Thank you so much for coming on. And like I said, we're definitely gonna tap in and talk soon.
Some bigger shit. So we got bigger fish to fry.
We do. Indeed.
I appreciate you so much. I'm just so happy for your patience. I'm happy for this opportunity, and I'm happy that you indulge in this type of conversation, because it's I feel like it's really important. And again, my message to say to this is just like, treat the janitor with the same type of respect that you treat the CEO.
And basically, okay, I'm gonna translate.
Always,
baby. If you want to look, if you feel like you want to take that shot and you thinking about it, strip. Just do it. Just take the chance.
It's okay. You already be in your room, twerking, looking at your ass, left cheek, right cheek, splitting it.
Hey, you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. When you enjoy dancing, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. So I guess strippers are athletes. Is that the conclusion that we came to?
Strippers are definitely athletes. Okay. Cheerleaders are athletes. Dancers are athletes.
Okay. Well, they
are.
Well, look, there you guys have it. Miss Diora answered the question for us. But like I said, we will talk to you. The Sportsclusive Podcast appreciates you, and we will talk to you soon.
For sure. Thank you.
No, thank you. All right, I have fun too.